Welcome one and all to this 8th episode of D&D, a series where Mike and Zoe, my 8-year-old daughter, say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Are busy programming a platformer, and this is episode 8, like I was saying. And today we are going to be looking at killing enemies because it is a little bit finicky at the moment. Well, for a few reasons. Number one, we can bounce a million miles in the air, like this. Right? We don't want to bounce quite this high. And number two is sometimes we die unexpectedly because of the rays for the ray casting. So I'm not really sure about the solution for this problem, but we're going to figure something out. We're going to start with the whole bouncing problem. So we don't want to bounce as high as we do it this time, right? So let's go ahead and go to our code. Character motor, this is what's making us bounce. And I think there should be some kind of jump bouncing. There it is, right? And here we go, bouncing, RB velocity negative Y. Okay, that's fine. But we need to... Actually, I'm not sure I like this because we want to bounce up every time. We can't bounce downwards, right? So this is kind of sort of a bit risky. So what we're going to do is we are going to modify this quite a bit. So let's create a float here, which is going to be a function. Okay, so float in space and go get bounce height. Bounce height. Nope. Put an E over here.
And an I over there.
Yeah, just put an E. Ah! I broke it.
Hey.
Okay, open, close around, open as quickly, enter, close it. Save. Okay, so we got get bounce height, and this is where we're gonna do this, right? So negative velocity is a bit risky because it may make us bounce downwards or crazy things we don't know yet, right? So we always want to bounce up, so we are going to do that. And we also want to clamp it between a minimum and a maximum. So I think the minimum should be the jump strength. That's what I think. And the maximum should be something specific that we decide. How about twice the jump strength?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's do that. Jump strength, there it is. And go serialized field, private float. Or serialized field. No, that's selection base.
Selection base.
Serialized field. Private float. And here you're going to say bounce strength. Yeah, we're just going to do this. We're just going to create a variable for this. Bounce strength and go equals 30F. Let's do double for now. So 30F, semicolon. Perfect. So bounce strength, there it is. Okay. And so right here, when it says bouncing, blah, 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 here we're going to call get bounce height. So right here you go get bounce height. There it is. Open, close rounds. Perfect. Save. Because this returns a float. That's how it works, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to say... You're going to type return in space, and then you're going to say mathf.clamp, open around. Now you need to say what you're going to clamp, and we're going to clamp the absolute of the velocity. So we're going to say mathf.abs, open around, and rb.velocity.y. So now whatever we get, we're going to get a positive out of this. Close, right? Comma. And now you're going to say jump strength is the minimum. Yeah, comma. And bounce strength is the maximum. Close the round. I think you pressed something else other than tab. So retype the word bounce and it should be there. There, tab. Close the round. Semicolon. Perfect. It's already done. So this should already address our bouncing. We should get a maximum possible bounce while we go here. So let's see how this looks like. Your dad is bad. Dad is bad. I'll cheat a bit. Doing. Okay, so this is still very high in my opinion.
It looks quite high.
Yeah.
It looks way too high.
Yeah, so let's lower
And
it.
plus, I don't think it worked.
Yeah, I think it did. We didn't go out the screen, so I think it definitely worked. So bounce strength, let's reduce this one to 20. Let's see how this feels like. Feels like. Whoa, whoa, I messed it up. Messed it up. Dude, go. There we go. And now I die. Yeah, so I want to try from the absolute top here, right? Because it's good to see. That's the maximum we can bounce now. Okay, and if we just fall on the enemy, it's going to be a much smaller bounce, right? That's the normal jump, and that's the death. And that's precisely what we need to start worrying about now, right? So the problem is our enemies are killing us because they're perceiving that they're interacting with us before we interact with them. You know? So it's a bit of an issue, this. And how do we solve it? Let's go take a look at our code first, right? So. Check sides, there it is. And here it goes. If you are an enemy of any type, right, you're going to check if your enemy is a player, then destroy the player, right? But this should only happen, right, if we don't get destroyed ourselves, and there's a conflict at the moment because these two could happen exactly at the same time. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, how do we test this? There is a way. Let's see if when we check the sides here in fixed update. We check the sides last. This means that we check up first. So if up has a player above us, right? We should probably save that player. Sort of store it in a variable. Okay, so we can then check right here if there's an enemy above us, right? Then that means we have been killed. So we can't kill the player when we check the sides. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Okay, so check up happens before check sides. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so up ray count is going to hit things, and oh look, we've already stored it. Here's an enemy above. Okay, so this is if an enemy is above us, and some stuff happens. Now we are going to change this enemy above for something like player above. So if there is a player above us, okay, then we keep this variable, and if this variable is not null, which would be reset here, right? But if it's not null, that means the player is above us. So we can check if the player is above us, then we do not kill the player, even though the sides have hit. Do you understand now? Okay, so this enemy above, let's leave it as it is, because to the enemy, we are an enemy. So to some extent, this makes sense. So it's already here, it's already done. So all we would need to do here is go like if open.
Oops.
Yeah. If open around, and you go enemy above, yes, and you go does not equal enemy side, close around, open a squiggly, wait, close it here, save. So let's see if this works, because this could already possibly do all of the work for us. We'll find out. So, doink. Okay, that worked just fine. That worked fine. Fine. Death. Okay, but I was clearly on the side here,
Yeah,
right?
Clearly.
Clearly on the side, so we don't have anything to complain about here. This one was a bit on the edge. This was but on the edge. This is in the edge. Whoa. Yeah, that works. On the side.
That was totally the side.
Yeah, that was totally on the side, and your dad is bad. All right, so let's try this one more time. Boink, boink, boink. Oh, look at the bonuses I'm getting. Boink. So there's something a bit odd, and I think I know what it is. We're getting a very strong side bounce when we change direction, right? Because that's what we had decided to do with the jump. I think we should probably like make that a little bit lighter, a little bit gentler. Anyway,
Yay.
but now it's a lot easier. There, you try it. See what you think. Well, that was that was a short life.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
And I almost got killed again.
Yeah, that would have been poopy. Doink.
Death. And my rays stayed longer than me.
That's alright. That's because they're in fixed update, so they take a little longer. Oof.
Watcha. Huh? Oh, I must have been killed by the other guy.
Yeah.
While killing him.
Not ideal, but yeah. There are still other solutions we can apply. For example, slightly lower the rays for the enemies. Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Scary, scary. Yeah, so I'm a little bit unhappy with the air movement in general. Yeah. I also would like to implement a little bit of Super Mario Jump. That's my favorite thing. So let's do the Super Mario Jump first. Do you know what Super Mario Jump is?
It's you. The longer you hold A, the higher you go up.
Yes. So let's see how we will do that. That's not an obvious task. Okay. So
Okay.
what we do in jump here, right? We apply a force immediately. We change the velocity to up. Okay. Notice that here it says movement input times speed. Here for the air jumps and the bounces, I would be a little bit tentative about doing this. I think I would probably like to reduce this particular speed, so you can't. I don't know. What I think we should do, is just keep what we've got, like the current velocity, probably. That's somewhat risky though. We'll see. Yeah, I think we should keep the current velocity though. Tell you what, let's try that. So copy this thing. Let's try this first to see how it feels. Paste it here and go .x. Copy this again and paste it here. Save. So let me just try this, because now it's going to ignore our input when we double jump. Okay, so it's going to look a little bit, see? It feels a little bit more realistic. Yeah, so it's not perfect, but it is already better. Yeah, the whole hitting on the sides is a bit dodgy, and the reason why I think that is because the rays are coming out a bit too far. So that's kind of a bit of an issue. Tell you what though, I think the gizmos are getting in the way of our understanding a little bit visually. Okay, that looked perfect. That looked perfect. That looked perfect. That looked strange, but I did fall on the side. The problem is I fell on the side and the guy was already leaving. You see what I'm saying? So it is a little bit dodgy, this. Okay. Yeah, but I do prefer the double jump now. We might want to change it a little bit, but not that much.
Can I try?
Yeah, go ahead. Try the double jump, or do you want to try with enemies?
I'll do it with enemies.
Okay, here you go. Here we go, people. What we are doing now is we are testing our movement, right?
It looks the same as before.
It's not the same at all. Try and jump the opposite direction and the double jump.
Oh, that's what you meant.
See, you can slow down, but you cannot completely jump the opposite direction, which we could do before.
Yeah.
Doink. All right, that's good. That's working. Not bad. Not bad. And now last guy. There. So even with this much to the side, I have a thing I'm kind of curious about, which is our own collider for the player. It's a capsule collider. This is probably even helping us, actually. I don't know, frankly. But we could do a few little tricks. For instance, we could do the capsule collider a little smaller. So let's try that. Let's try and cheese a little bit. So let's make it, say, 0.45 on the radius. And it should follow that this should be a 1.9. Right. So it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I do.
But you can see that the capsule collider is inside our body just a little bit. I think this may actually help. I'm gonna go even more extreme and do 1.8. There we go. So now it's a substantially smaller collider. Let me try, please.
I wonder who's watching us.
I don't know.
Whoever's watching is being pretty silent.
That's good for them. So the risk was falling right behind them. Oh, yeah, that was good. See how I was able to like escape last second?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of worked. I'm going to, just for the sake of testing, I'm going to move this box, hold control for me, here, yeah, release, and this box, hold control, here, okay, release. Good, so we've got these boxes on the sides of the world, and let's see if we can like run around a little bit behind the enemies without getting killed. Oh, it was too late. It's kind of hard to do, but we'll try. Because the goal is not being sort of easily caught. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. Yeah, see? They didn't catch me even though I'm fairly close. Yeah, that's good. I think our smaller collider is actually helping in this area quite a bit. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Alrighty, so that's done. And that's substantially improved. I like it. So yeah, Super Mario Jump. That's what we said we would do. So here we add this velocity, and that's fine. What we are going to do is we're going to have a small coroutine for the Super Mario Jump that has a certain amount of time that it allows us to increment the strength. Okay? And here's how we're going to do it. So here you create an I enumerator. 2 down, tab. No. Yeah, okay. Open a... No, don't open anything. Space. You need to give it a name. We're going to call it Jump Extension Routine. Extend... S-I-O-N. Yeah, routine. I don't know why I'm telling you. You're very good at spelling, so... Okay, save. Perfect. And Jump Extension Routine is going to have its own coroutine. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So right here, you can go private coroutine. And call it core jump extension. Extension. No, it's with an S, not with a T. You just typed it correctly just a moment ago. Semicolon. Save. Extension. All right. Now. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to create a small void here. Go void start jump extension. Yeah, start jump extension. Open, close rounds. Semicolon. What am I saying? Yes, squigglies. And here you're going to say, no, you don't need this.
I was going to do void end jump.
No, we don't need it for now. What we're gonna do, we're gonna do that end jump right in here. So we're gonna say if coroutine for jump extension is not null, close the round, open a squiggly, enter, and here you go. Stop coroutine, jump extension. Well, core jump extension. Close it, semicolon. And now here you want to start it. So you want to say core jump extension equals. Don't know if I'm loud enough, probably not. Sorry. Jump extension equals start coroutine. Open round, jump extension routine. There it is, open close round, semicolon. No, semicolon. This is you calling one, it's not you making one within another one. One more, semicolon. Save. Okay, so here we got the jump routine, it's happening, etc. Now here we need to do a check. And we are going, no, wait, before you do that. So first you're gonna have to create a float. So go float, call it passing time, equals 0. There. It's a passing Tim, it's a friend of yours. Time. Save.
Can't find the E.
Save. Okay, now we need to create some kind of jump extension duration. So we're gonna do it right here. Go another serialized field, private float. Yeah, space, and go jump extension duration. Equals, give it 0.5 float. So half a second we're gonna be able to extend it. Yeah. Okay, so jump extension duration, that's good. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say while open around passing time is lower or equal to jump extension duration. There it is. Yeah. And close the round. Open as quickly, enter to close it. And we need another condition. So put two ends like this. And this we need to do a test for input. And wait a moment here, because the problem is the character motor does not have input. Remember, the character motor only does things. It doesn't get the input in.
Oh yeah.
Right? So the character controller is going to have that. Yeah. Yeah, there isn't really a way to do that. So I suspect we're just going to have to live with what we've got and carry on. And yeah, there it is. Get button down. Right. Here's what we're gonna do here. Type public bool, and go extending jump. Jump. Semicolon. That's it. Okay. So copy this and paste it. Yeah, equals true. Go equals true. True. Semicolon. And now, even within the same frame, we're going to say this: if extending jump. Open. No, you need a round. If extending jump. Yeah. And then inside it, you're going to copy all of this, paste it here, and you're gonna say if input get button, that means it's held, fire one, there, and put an exclamation mark in front. So if we're not holding, then extending jump goes false. Save. And now we can check for this variable inside the character motor. So end, what did we call it? Character controller, CC, I think we called it. Yeah, dot, extending character, extending whatever. There it is. And so as long as the passing time is smaller than this and we're extending the jump, okay, copy passing time, paste it, plus equals time dot delta time. Dot delta time, semicolon, okay, so the timer goes up. And now here we're going to add a force, and we're going to add a force the same way as we have added a force in here when we move in the air. So we're going to copy this, paste it right here, and now it's not going to be vector right, it's going to be vector up. Right, so up, and not stop speed. We need to actually add one more. So let's do a serialized field private float. Yeah, private float. Float. And you go jump extension strength. Jump extension strength equals no clue. Give it a 1F for now. Semicolon, save. Okay, copy it. Paste it here. remove this, and force mode acceleration. Okay, save this. Now what do we need here? We need a yield return, new wait for seconds, time to delta time. Yield return, new wait for seconds, time dot delta time. Nope, you went for end of frame, which should work anyway, but don't wait for seconds. Simply because I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. Open around, time dot delta time. Close line, semicolon, save. Okay, that's good. We're good.
Good.
So now that we've got this thing, it's only going to work until we are extending the jump. All right, and that should be fairly interesting how it's going to work. So let's go ahead and test it, but I think we need to start the jump extension first, which needs to happen when we jump. Should we have the same apply to the air jump too? I would think so, no?
I think so.
So jump, start jump routine. So maybe we should go into start jump routine right here and add a call to start jump extension. So copy this, put it in here, semicolon, save. Okay, so now it starts the jump extension every time we jump.
Let's see.
Let's see. Okay, so this is normal, just standard jump. Now I'm going to hold it. So we can barely feel the difference, if at all. I don't know that we can. So now we're going to remove maximize and play, and we're just going to put it back here, and we're going to exaggerate that value, okay? So it feels silly. So we're going to say extension strength 20, right? This is normal jump, extended. I feel no difference. Let's change the extension strength to 5 seconds, so it feels silly. I think it's working, but obviously 5 seconds is ridiculous. So I think it's our strength that is the issue. Let's try 200. I feel no difference. So extending jump is staying down. You can see it there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's staying down and then it's being released. But I don't know that this is working for the duration. I can't feel a difference, not a meaningful one. It seems like it's there. I think it's our gravity curve. Whoa!
Whoa!
Did you see that?
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Because I'm extending the
Jump?
jump, yeah. So it came from, I think I was still headed on or something. So let's see. Okay.
Being killed.
Yeah, it looks that way. That was peculiar. Oh yeah, obviously because we've restarted it, so we only get the smaller amount. Yeah, so I don't see any meaningful difference, and this is a big deal, right? We need to, so that the extension duration needs to be short, okay? But I'm gonna put the extension strength something stupid, like 1,000, okay? And let's see if that helps, because I need to keep it short. It's absolutely necessary. Okay, I think it's working. Or is it?
Doesn't look like it.
It only works after we bounce and we're still holding it. Doesn't make any sense to me. So maybe there's something else that's wrong. I'm holding it now. Yeah. So that's with 1,000, right? Let me see with 1 and see whether it's still happening. Then we go that high up, so it could be a completely different problem, but I don't think so. No, there we go, right? So I'm trying to hold it, but it makes no difference. And the problem is it only applies after, which is strange. I'm not sure why. So it seems to only apply to bouncing. Not sure. Not sure. Up times jump extension strength. Why? Put a debug log here just for now. Debug log doing it or whatever. Debug. Debug. It's a thing that removes your toilet. The debug. Okay, debug open around and go quote doing it or something. close the round semicolon. Save. Let's see if doing it is actually doing it. So I'm not gonna hold. No, see, it's not doing it. That's the issue.
It never reaches that.
But yeah, it doesn't do it here either. And now it's doing it. So it's only doing it on the bounce somehow. Let me see if it's the character controller here, because it's possible. Yeah, so this one goes to true. Then if it's true, it checks that the button is not released, because if it, wait, no, rather it's not pressed. If the button is not pressed, then do that.
If the button is...
If, let's see, change this to if input get button up.
Wait.
Type the word up.
Wait a minute though.
Save.
Doesn't...
What?
Doesn't this have a problem? It
What?
says that when you...
Oh, yes it does. Cut this. Put it here. Save. It's very important. We jump before we extended the jump.
That's
So
a problem.
that could be it. I think that will be it. So let's see now. It's doing it. Okay, so this is the normal jump. This is the high jump. This is the high jump, normal jump. Almost no difference. Increase the extension strength to 10. Normal jump, high jump. Okay, definitely
Definitely a difference.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a problem with the jump strength per se. So let's lower that a little bit. Okay, so this looks silly, but it is for precision jumping. And now for the higher jump, it does this. Now the worry that I have is when we bounce, holding the button down does this type of effect, which is a little bit too extreme. So let's take our player again. I did like the jump strength being lower to 10. I would like the gravity to be a bit more extreme as well, so we'll see. Bounce strength now, we should probably lower that too by default. And now increase the air extension strength to a 15. So let's see what we're getting now. So this is the normal bounce, and this is the higher jump. Whoa, boom, whoa, boom. So I want to increase the gravity strength. I'm not happy, like the game is just not snappy enough. Let me see 75. I want it to be, I want the game to feel agile, you know, and quick. Okay, it's better with a gravity of 75. Try a gravity of 100. Yes. Okay, so now the secondary jump is really, like the extended jump is really not helping very much. The gravity is pulling us down too much. So let's go with a jump extension strength of 30. Okay, so this is normal little jump. Then you can do all sorts of things in between, right? See that?
Mm-hmm. But I don't think we'll be able to climb up very high platforms.
Well, we can change where we put the platforms, but you can jump quite high. Look at how high you can do. Right, what I like is the fall, the fast fall. This, right? Boom. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We can always play around with the curve as well, by the way. So let's save this. So we're going to copy the component. That's a little cheat trick over here. Paste the component values. Okay, you can remove can jump, that doesn't matter. And what we are going to do now is...
Our thing's still called sample scene.
Yeah, who cares? It's just the name of the scene. You could call it poo-poo. If it bothers you, there, rename it to platformer or something. Platformer. Hit enter. Save. There, now it's called platformer. Happy? Okay, so we did that. I wonder if there's anything else. Yeah, you try it out for a bit. See. Oh, right. I remembered something. Sorry. There's the doing it. This one. Don't need it anymore. Save. We should also force an annulment coming from here, I think, back to our character controller. Yeah, we should do that. We should tell our character controller that it needs to stop extending the jump. So do a public void stop jump extension. Jump extension. Thanks, Keon. This is a new one. Open, close round, open a squiggly, enter, close, save. And here you go, extending jump or whatever it's called, go equals false. False. Copy this. Go right here and you go, wait a moment, undo. CC dot, open, close round, semicolon. Alright, so there we go. Try it.
Boom. It actually feels like you're being heavy and falling on top of the player and squashing you, instead of just I'm floating on top of you.
That's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
It looks to me like you have a lot more precision in movement now. You have quite a bit more control.
Death.
Yeah, that's another one of those where we fell on the side. It's not great that. Yeah, it's really not great that. Failure. Did you fall through the world?
I did.
No, I think you died. I mean, you were at the moment of death. You would have been okay. Like, we just need an animation for death.
Hello. Hack.
That's not bad.
Double kill.
Yeah, you're playing fairly well. I think this is making you play better. And that's a good thing. Give it another shot. Yeah. So, this is looking pretty good already, I would think.
Ah. Side death.
Side death. Should we make another monster? Okay, that definitely looked dodgy to me. That definitely looked weird. Like you were on top. Yeah.
Triple kill. And death.
That looked deserved.
Yeah.
To me.
That totally
Can you
looked
stop
deserved.
being terrible?
Ack.
I think ack is supposed to mean drat, people.
Then what does drat mean?
Good point. Okay, so yeah, this is working. Shall we add one new enemy?
Let's add one new enemy.
Okay, what should we do? Should we
in
do
20 minutes.
Should we do sort of an intelligent Goomba that figures out when there's a fall and avoids it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Mario, those are the Koopas, right? But then the Koopas have much more complex sort of behaviors where you like squash them and then they turn into these things and you can push them about and then they fly around and smack into things. I mean, that's an interesting thing to try, but it's a much more complex thing. Mm-hmm. We could just do a clever walker or something. So it's a walker that avoids falling from a certain platform. Right, we could do that. So let's do that. So in order to do that, we're going to need a new enum. So walker, and then you go call this one Pro Walker. Or no, let's call him Walker Pro. There you go, Walker Pro. There we go, save. All right, so we got the Walker Pro now. And the Walker Pro is going to be a special walker. It's going to behave exactly like the walker, but a little bit differently. Hit Control F so we can go and find where the walkers are. So here, 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 and here. So walker, start direction, current direction, etc. These are all fine. No, these are fine for all of the walkers. So we're going to keep it for the walkers too. But we're also going to create a serialized field private bool. Serialized field tab. Close square. Private bool. Square, not round.
Square, not round.
Private bool. Rigid body bool. Yeah, it's a very interesting variable. It's a variable of 2 types simultaneously. Private bool. There we go, you're there. Private bool. And you're gonna call this one ledge detection. Ledge. Ledge. That means like the tip of something. Detection. Semicolon. Save.
So we'll see if it's gonna fall in the hole or something.
That's right. And so movement input, blah blah blah. That's fine. And turnaround is right here. Now we need to check for the ledge detection. Now, therefore, it cannot be private. It must be public. So put it public. Save. So now we're gonna go to our game and character motor. The character motor will have a check down, as we know. And the check down, check grounded is going to help us for this.
Okay.
Yeah, so here it checks if it finds a ground and then it says, yes, I have a ground, right? But we want to check, oh, we already have ground ray count, right? Now we want to check if the ray count is smaller than the amount of the rays. If it is, then we need to turn around and we need to sort of wait for a bit. Let's see, so in the check sides, that's where we do AI turnaround and start interact. If can interact, start interact, right? So, yes, right. And we should make it a little bit more complex. We should check which ray is hitting the ground and which ray isn't, or something like that. Yeah, so, So ground hits, we could possibly check that. So yeah, let's do that here. Okay, here you're gonna say switch, open around, and you're gonna say cc dot enemy type or whatever we called it. There it is, enemy type. Close the round, open a squiggly, enter, close the squiggly, and here you're gonna say case space tab dot walker pro. So colon break colon enter the break. Okay, so now we've got the walker pro's behavior ready to be coded, and what we're gonna do right here is we are going to force the turnaround if the correct ray is missing, if that makes sense. So here we need to check if ground ray count, if open around ground ray count, yeah, lower than, and now we need the maximum amount of rays, which should be ground ray density. Copy this, paste it here, close the round, open a squiggly, close. So yeah, save. If the ground ray count is smaller than ground ray density, we know at least one ray is missing. Okay? If at least one ray is missing, we're gonna force that turnaround immediately. Just wait a sec.
AI dot turnaround we need.
Yeah, just wait a second. Because we need to, well, I suppose we can make it simple enough, so we can do this. So copy this. Yeah, and we can't check can interact, actually. We should. Yeah, we should. So this could actually cause problems if we design our levels port. Wait a moment, I didn't click there. Undo. Yeah. Okay, now you do it. Yeah, save. Okay, so let's see if this is going to work. We need to make a special enemy. So take this floor over here, duplicate it. Hold control. Okay, duplicate it again. Hold control. Okay, that's good. Actually, I want to put it here. Yeah, hold control. Okay, that's good. Release. So now, take this enemy and duplicate it. Drag it here. Duplicate it again. Drag it here. Okay, now, let's go materials. And this one is enemy. Rename this one enemy underscore walker. or walk ray. Put an E here. Remove the E at the end. Do it. You didn't. Okay, now duplicate enemy walker. And put the word pro here at the end. Hit enter. Okay, so pros are gonna be pink. Okay, so walker pro, we're gonna give this enemy walker pro. So this one down here is gonna be walker pro. So we need to click on
The other
him.
one too.
No, the other one will leave it alone to see how it works. So you're gonna be walker pro, okay? And therefore you have ledge detection. Start direction -1. That's fine. That's fine. Everything should work. So we're just gonna sit here and watch.
The guy isn't moving at all.
I can see that.
And did you see what he did when he...
I did see the other one killed his own friend. Yeah, I got it. That's something we'll worry about later. So the Walker Pro isn't moving at all. That's an issue. And I know where the issue is. The issue is that in the character controller, in update here, right, case enemy type Walker, movement input, we need to copy this case, paste it here, and Pro. Save. So both of the walkers are walking. Let's see. Now the second walker will start moving too, and it won't. That is so very strange because it should do it. So I guess there's another enemy type walker somewhere, and I'm guessing it's here. Fixed update. No, it's not here. This should be receiving that information anyway. Maybe check sides will have something. Enemy type none. No. So hit Control F and put enemy type here. Just type it lowercase. Doesn't need to be uppercase. Just type it. Enemy type. All lowercase. It doesn't matter. A dot walker. Okay. So there's Walker Pro. There's current direction is start direction. Copy. Paste. Add the word Pro. Okay, now let's see any more. These are the two. That's it. Okay, save everything. I think that our start direction was 0, so that's why it was happening. I think it will work now. Let's see. And there it is. And it turns around.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns around again. And again. See that?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
We won't be able to kill it in that.
Well, yeah, obviously, but that doesn't particularly matter at the moment. So one thing that I want to see is I want to take one of these walkers that's walking there, like this one, and I'm going to put him right behind him. Let's see if we can stress test this. Okay, so obviously we need to be careful when we level design this. Okay, so that works. Now we're going to put him a bit further back here. It works. Do you see that? Perfectly fine. Yeah, the clever walker is refusing to do this. Refusing to fall. So technically, if we now duplicate the clever walker, so wait, let's take the clever walker over here, move him over here, right, and duplicate him. This one over here, and we're gonna direct it to the right, and take the silly walker, put him right in the middle. Like so. Let's take this and delete. Let's see what happens. Stress test this a little bit, right? See how it works. It's fairly interesting, right? It's working. It's working all right. Seems to me. Our clever walkers are able to detect ledges. That is pretty cool. And I think it's a good note on which to end our show. Would you agree?
Yes, but can I try?
Yes, you can. Wait. Let's try it properly. There. Try. Ta-da! There are you walkers. I don't even know if you can get up there, you know, after you landed. You're gonna have to bounce up.
And I'm gonna die, so.
I can see that.
A bit of a pop.
A bit of a pop-pop.
Papa.
Bit of a pop-pop.
Papa.
Yeah, you're gonna need some Mario jumping all the way up. I don't think you can make it. Yeah.
Nope, I don't think so either.
Okay, so let's fix this just a little bit. Hold control for me.
Now I should totally be able to.
Plop. We're gonna do a respawn system next time, I think, because we kind of need it. This is getting in the way of our testing.
Mr. Clever Walker is just there.
Yeah, well, he's not falling, that's for sure.
Ack. Haben Sie Tova?
So we've been watching you fail for a while now. Do us a thing. So dangerous.
Ouch. So I walked into a face of the
One more
guy.
try. One more try. And that's, guys, why I like to make video games for my family. So they get to play and have fun.
Ah.
Well, I like to play too, sometimes. Whee. Oh, poop. All right, my turn. You're bad.
Fail.
Let's see if I'm gonna get one life. Okay, so I've killed one. So everything is at stake now. Oh, I failed.
You walked into a person.
I failed. I'm gonna get 2 lives, I suppose. Doink. 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 Yes. Doink. I think I've just noticed, but I was a bit scared there. Okay, so you can actually make it up here, but it's so dangerous. You kind of don't want to. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Okay, so the jumping is still imperfect. I would prefer something more responsive. Yeah, we're gonna add the amount of force we can apply in the air. Like, I win. Flawless victory. Goodbye! Ah!
Everybody's dead.
Okay, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you again next time, which is next Monday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, as always. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.